change now. We could go up and down. The plot takes a twist. I don't know, like TV or something, like a TV series. But he says now it's not the right thing. It's Congress's responsibility. I have noticed that National Review, Wall Street Journal, conservative outlets have both said they think it would set a terrible precedent.
Yeah, and I said here yesterday I didn't think he was going to do that. Even though he's right. He can do it. He is within his authority to do so. The thing here is they don't disagree on the issue. Chuck Schumer believes in border security. He voted for it. He agrees that fencing works. Donald Trump believes that it works. Barack Obama is out there and has been talking about this humanitarian crisis. This is not about the issue of immigration. This is about Donald Trump. This is about the fact that he made it front and center, and these Democrats can't stand him, and they are making a political fight. They do not want him to be able to run in 2020 and say that he fulfilled campaign promise, and they do not want him to be right. So if anyone is making this political, it's the people on the left, and they need to make a decision. Look, he is within his authority. I think it was good that he brought up this Emergencies Act of 1976 and talked about his authority to do it. It wasn't a threat, but it was saying, listen, if you force me, I'm going to do this. This is not a manufactured crisis. And all of these Democrats talk about race. It always makes me laugh when they say that. More than 51% of Border Patrol agents are Hispanic. This is not about what color you are, whether you're white or you're brown. This is not about that. This is about drugs. This is about human trafficking. And anyone who makes this about race is really, really pathetic in my eyes and doesn't have a strong argument. And maybe were they making that point about race when President Obama and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi were all fighting for border security and voting for border security? No, they weren't. They're making it about race because, once again, that is a campaign talking point that they need against Donald Trump. It's lame, and it's not going to stick.
All right, so Jesse, the quick way to ask this question of you is, how long is this going to go on? Is it going to go on until State of the Union? I think Dana had predicted that a couple of weeks back. But what do you think?
Well, whatever Dana predicted is probably true.
Right. But what do you think is the way out? What's the end game?
I think the end game is some external event is going to happen that's going to shake up the dynamic. Because right now there's just too much intransigence on the side of the Democrats. They're not even negotiating. Donald Trump's the only one negotiating, and they're not. Let's just think about what happened yesterday when he was down at the border in McAllen, and they had the Border Patrol agents say that in just one day, they apprehended 135 individuals in one day. That means they probably missed some. And they were from 41 different countries besides Mexico and Central America. Chinese, Romanians, Pakistanis. This is not about race. This is about any human being that comes across. If you're at a party and all of a sudden you look around, you don't recognize that person, you don't recognize that person, it's your house, who are these people? And then you say, hey, who are you? Where are you from? And he goes, oh, no, I just let myself in the back door. It was unlocked. That's just not the way to run a party. It's not the way to run a country. And every American can understand that. You just want a sense of who's in your own house and who's in your own country. Dana said yesterday, and I just want to double down on that, there are cracks that are beginning to show within the Democratic caucus. I saw another interview with the House Democrat that said, sure, I'd be willing to vote for a little Border Patrol fencing, or fencing for the Border Patrol. That's fine. It's starting to slip, and the mainstream media is doing as much as they possibly can to prevent that from happening.